This is a reaction video about Is Profitable Trader? Is it a myth? By Drovert. I'm curious, is there really a profitable retail trader? With so many fakes and scams, it feels like a myth. If anyone here who is profitable long term, what was the last push that you reached that place? And how long did it take you? So right off the bat, Drovert, I think you're very focused on making money. You're too focused on the P&L, and you don't have enough reps. You don't have the process, the game plan, the mental fortitude, the mental plan, the mental strength to kind of withstand all the ups and all the downs of being profitable. Because even though if you were profitable, you have to still stay within the lines, make sure that you are not overextended and don't take random trades even though you feel that everything's working. And on the other side, shout out to market makers. If you have 20 losses in a row, that should not sway you as well, and you should continue pressing forward and taking trades as if they were a summation of trades, given that you trust your strategy and trust your game plan. So it's not a myth. There are out there, but like anything on the internet, don't believe the first things you see, and you gotta really test it for yourself. See if it's applicable for your strategy, for your personality, attitude, behaviors. Let's see what the community has to say to help you out. Cirgarth says, I've been profitable for 2 decades, but one must define profitable. Not losing money or being able to sustain your life and family. That's very true. I am a professional trader from Canada's largest bank with a very good salary, but when I left the profession and continued trading on my own, there was no way my profits could have covered my mortgage and my family. He's being real. He's just kind of bringing your fantasy of being profitable and just comparing it to the actual financial numbers. For example, your kind of weekly expenses, monthly expenses, does it make sense? Can you make that amount? So I can give you a rough estimate. So shout out to Clay Trader. He's kind of has this catchy saying, $500 a day keeps the day job away. But $500 a day from every single available trading day is about $126,000. So it's a low six-figure career, but that does not account for any losses. You have to win $500 every single trading day, and no more, no less. This is before taxes. So, and with a lot of kind of lifestyle creep, lifestyle inflation, it might not be right for your situation. So just kind of putting it in perspective there. This has almost nothing to do with skill or edge or whatever someone wants to tell you. It has everything to do with portfolio size. Most non-pros don't make it because they have to take outsized risk compared to their portfolio size. So given my example, $500 a day to keep the day job away, in order to kind of have a good risk reward profile, let's just give the average number that you would typically read online, 1% of your day trading account. For $500 a day, you need a $500,000 account, or 500,000 worth of uh, margin, so you say. Now that's the leverage that you need to be able to have. For most people, that's not even possible. So that would probably mean you need closer to a six-figure portfolio account, which many people are not doing. So, like cirgarth says, the risk compared to what you have is just severely skewed, and it just makes it very, very difficult. At this point in my career, I risk almost nothing to net average 1,000 a day. I absolutely could not say this before my account was a certain size. So with a good risk reward profile, if you can make 1% per trade or risk only 1% of your account, half a percent max. If you are extremely disciplined or super rare cases, this most likely doesn't fall with anybody, 2%, 5%, but really 1% is kind of the starting point, if not less. That $1,000 a day pays for my life, and I actually draw out money to pay bills and make car payments. The rest is in the SPY, or a few positions I never sell or reinvest into investment properties for retail income. You need to separate out your trading pile and your investment pile. When times are lean, you dip into your investment account to fund your trading account. Hobbyists think growth first, lifers think capital preservation. Trading as a profession should be boring and methodical, not about your windfalls and yolos. The last sentence is so true. It is so true. In fact, that might be a quote I might put on my YouTube description, just so I will post that later on. Charlie_D_top_steps says, I could not agree with you more, and I'll add a few things on to what you've already written. Yeah, I agree. This is a very, very good post. And then let's see if there's any added value to what cirgarth said. My written background is similar to yours, but I'm probably going back a lot longer, and I also lived and was the head of trading in terms of both Europe and Asia over the years. What you mentioned about profitability is so true, and at the same time so amorphous. Technically, my P&L could be minus $1 million at some point during the year, but if I can claw my way back and be plus $1 on December 31st, I guess that means I was profitable. In fact, if we take a step back, what does being a trader even mean? What are you trying to achieve? The key point you made that I often hesitate to tell people is that success and or failure really hinges on your capital base. That is the key that allow you to trade confidently and survive the inevitable drawdowns when you have to run on bad luck or lose touch with the market for a period of time. I usually frame it to people in this way. I ask if they think they can make $10 a day on average consistently. Pretty much everyone answers yes, and rightfully so. That's a pretty low bar, and no matter your system, edge, or style, anybody serious should be able to do this. The rub comes when I ask the same question, but limiting the starting capital to $10 or $100 or $1,000. Suddenly the light goes on, and they grasp the concept of capital preservation and having enough in reserve. That's a good thought experiment, right? So if you can make $10 a day, everyone, even myself, would say yes. But in terms of your starting capital, can you make $10 a day with only $10? Now, the light comes on. I would agree with you, Charlie. The light does come on. And I assume that most people who want to trade would need a minimum of $50,000 a year to survive and live reasonably comfortably. And when I tell them that they should have a minimum of $500,000 of starting capital and that $1 million plus would be ideal, they often get very agitated and upset. They usually say something along the lines of, if I had $1 million to start, why would I need to trade? And again, the light bulb goes on. People want to believe they can start with $25,000 in capital and think they can make 100 to 200% a year indefinitely. So I agree. If you have $25,000 in your account, 1% is only $250. So that would be your maximum kind of risk for the day. And depending on your strategy, that will kind of be persistent until you can grow, like Charlie said, up to $500,000 or even $1 million, so that you can risk enough, so that you have enough cash in reserve, so that you can make the risk reward profile something suitable for your goal. Is it $1,000 a day? That is kind of something in the wheelhouse, because you have $1 million, you can withstand the inevitable drawdowns. As the old saying goes, it takes money to make money. I agree. The old CBOT has so many locals who had made their way up, only to lose it all, and often went through the cycle 3 or more times. And these were the guys who most would consider great traders, but without the capital cushion, eventually a bad streak will catch up with you. even with the incredible Victor Niederhofer had a few bad runs. In 1996, he was ranked the number one hedge fund in the world. Less than a year later, in October 1997, the fund closed due to losses and eventual bankrupt. This was from a person who graduated from Harvard, PhD in the University in Chicago, and was a finance professor at UC Berkeley. He was also a world-class competitive squash player. Despite all these credentials, he crashed and burned. At the end of the day, I always think of being the trader as the same thing as being a musician. Pretty much everyone is able to play some sort of instrument and could be called a musician. But the spectrum of musician runs from a 10-year-old playing like learning to play the flute up to Taylor Swift. Sorry, the best example I can give most on this board that everyone would know. That's good. Yeah, you're just relating to everyone, trying to capture the widest audience possible, and everything in between. But as a musician, what is your goal? To have fun and relax, form a casual band with some buddies and jam in someone's garage every other weekend, form a band to play local gigs and get paid enough to cover expenses and buy some new gear and free beers, join a touring band and that pays a reasonable wage that you can live off of, become one of the top musicians in the world, making millions and flying on your private jets. Only a few people in the last group are able to make a nice living being musicians, and the number of people is probably less than a few thousand in the entire world. Now just substitute musician with trading and voila, you can see a difficulty of what some think they can achieve. Having said all this, trading can be one of the most satisfying things anyone can ever undertake, no matter how much capital you have. Studying the markets, forming an opinion or a system you believe, and then using that to execute your trades and watch your conviction pay off can give you an incredible sense of achievements. I so agree. The ultimate form of self-improvement I think I found is in trading, from personal reflection. And it's the only profession I can see where I am consistently challenging myself daily, weekly, per trade. By the same token, when it all goes wrong, you lose a bunch of money. It could be soul destroying even for those with great mental strength. Best of luck in your trading. What a great post by Charlie. Tasty Kless said, Did you know about the 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years? Why? More often than not, it's due to its management. Consider the most profitable traders are really intelligent people, both in practical terms and as well as emotional. Look at every post here where people lose in the market and you will always find signs of gambling. Agreed, FOMO, revenge trading, lack of knowledge or strategy, or risk management, the usual. And these mistakes are the ones that fail. Those are certain, they are always there. So agree. And one of the ways some beginners traders learn is by avoiding mistakes. And if you can take some of that knowledge here, avoiding gambling, avoiding FOMO, avoiding revenge trading, avoiding not having a strategy, and avoiding risk management intolerance, you're already on your way to being at minimum a break-even trader, and then perhaps you can even grow and continue to express your wins in terms of executing a good trading plan and just capitalizing a good risk-reward profile every day, week, month, and onward into the future. Pack12X says, yes, I am a quant, so I trade very differently. Here's my year-end summary from TDA. I was using different brokers prior, and now I am with CS. None have the summary as nice as TDA. TD Ameritrade, I'm assuming. I'm not going to click the link, but I gain a small percentage of the proceeds per trade by making it up by number of trades. I typically lose half of my gains. That's something I'm trying to improve. My account size is around 1 to 1.25 million, depending on which account I am paying the 1040 ES tax for. I have nothing to sell or teach. I'm just showing you year earnings of yearly estimates so that it can be done. Year to date is around 400,000. So actually, if we do click on it, I'm curious. Yep. So we can see him trading in the COVID year. right? We have short-term gain, short-term loss, short-term net right here, 200,000 in 2023, 244,000 2022, 350,000 2021, 500,000 2020. Winning PD Bob 66 says, I'm a full-time trader. This is the most difficult easy money one can make. The barrier to entry is extremely small, but the failure rate is going to be high, so just don't give up. It's a good, encouraging advice, but it's missing all these steps to continue on to the journey. But for the beginning traders, you're in the right spot, and then hopefully you'll take these lessons and apply it to your own issues and problems and kind of roadblocks. Winning Whale says, is it a myth? Yes, I guarantee you. It is if you do not learn how to cut the loss. That's all I came here to say. It took me 4 years to stop averaging down even a little bit. Just cut the loss. The real damn penguins say, of course there are. I cannot speak of others, but I'm certainly not living the Lambo life. But I left a successful career in IT thanks to trading, and we live a great life. That's something we all strive to do, right? To have the freedom of time and not be controlled by a typical 9 to 5. In terms of genuine profitable traders, they do not feel the need to beat their chest and generate other income streams. Selling a course, 99% of those people are all frauds. Why the hell would I launch a YouTube channel with clickbait crap like the markets were hard until I realized? I, for one, prefer to stay in the shadows and help people when I see them on Reddit or forums, etc. You can tell who genuinely needs help and those who want riches without putting in the work. In terms of how I achieved success, there wasn't one thing. It was a mix of 100 things that contributed to success. 90% of it was working on the mental side of things. I can develop edges with minimal effort because I've trained myself to see patterns in the noise over the years. That's my thing. I am a PA trader, price action trader. I would agree with you. I think similar to myself, I do have it easier to find patterns or notice some trends per day or per the time frame I'm analyzing. So that was never something that was uh, one of my struggles. I definitely would say I've gotten a lot better with being more risk averse, having better risk reward ratios, having better stop losses, tighter stop losses, and just admitting that you're wrong in terms of an entry point or if the trade works against you, because it all falls back on the data and your averages of and your group of trades, not just one particular trade. But an edge means nothing if you hesitate, hold back, or rather than scale in a winner, oversize or overtrade or oversize. With a good mindset, you can trade crossovers or lunar passes or anything you like, but a bad mindset ruins a great edge 100% of the time. I agree. Even I believe when we see a lot of those strategies online, I do believe that those trades have slightly over a 50% win rate, which is fantastic as long as you can continue to execute them uh, emotionlessly and with precision. Now the thing is, if you got shaken up by a couple of trades and then you hesitate on the winning trade that was supposed to follow next, that's not going to go out well. That's not going to go out well. TLDR, put 90% of your effort into crafting proper trader's mindset, the remaining 10% being education and generating / refining an edge. If you truly have a passion for trading, then an edge will come to you when you observe the market with an open mind or look at the stats you generate. Follow your intuition and let your passion fuel your motivation. Trading is the hardest, easiest money to make, but without putting the effort in to get the mental aspects right, you might as well go to the casino, bet it all on red/back. Better odds of success, and you get the results sooner than trading unprepared mentally. Good luck. Keep posting questions. Stay inquisitive, and the right people will help you when you need them. The teacher will appear when the student is ready. Green Dash Discussion 6128 says the profitable traders are anonymous. I agree. They're not boasting, they're not online because they're busy at work, being emotionless and just executing their system. They have no time to waste because they do not have time to sell courses slash signals. I just said, I literally just said that in a different way. Dilbala Exchange says, took me 4 years, mate. I have a system that I actually designed myself, and it has nothing to do with what anyone else has ever done. I have not see anyone trading like this either, so it's a good thing. It's possible to be profitable. Only thing is, the chance is very slim, except you want it that bad. Now, it's cool that if you find a system like that and you can trade it, props to you. But I would say, I was just playing devil's advocate. Something There's one thing great about having a mentor or using someone else's strategy is that you're learning from the greats or the people that stood before you and tested all the strategies and failed and had their dreams crushed. So you're taking on a refined strategy that has been through all the testing, and then you can make the determination on how and if you want to trade it exactly like that or if you are changing it in a little bit. So just playing devil's advocate here. Trader Pierce said, it might feel like profitable trading is a myth with all the scams and fake gurus out there, but if no one could be profitable, then no one would still be trading. Yes, there are plenty of people making a living from trading. They're just not the ones pushing courses or running Discord servers. They're trading quietly, making their money without needing the spotlight. Agreed. The key is discipline, constant learning, and practice. A lot of the noise out there is from people offsetting their own trading losses by selling membership. But real profitable traders exist, they just don't need to advertise them. Agreed. Unable Fix 4224 says you can be profitable, but statistics say around 90 to 95% of people fail, so it's unlikely but possible. Statistics are also made up, so there's a devil's advocate for that. K. Des Lem says there is a huge attrition rate, so a vast majority who will try it fail. The skews of perception of whether it is possible. It is possible, but it takes real work, time, and experience. It's not an easy way to get rich, which is the perception so many people have of it, thanks to stories like GME, AMC apes on Wall Street bets saying buying Teslas with their wins, etc. People fail because they think it's easy. The ones who don't fail take it seriously, study it, and work hard to improve their trading. Shout out to S&P Capital. Their traders trade like professional athletes. This isn't a game. There are people studying hours, days, years to accomplish and take profit and put it into their account and take it away from you if you are not strong on your edge or your plan. GPX722 says most people lose because of overleverage and overconfidence. Trading is a probabilities game. Yeah, I agree. Proof-necessary-5201 says if you have bought and then sold a stock before and made a small profit, you would instantly know that it is possible, and no need for anyone's view. It's a skill and that can be learned. Buy low and sell higher. Stocks are a commodity just like anything else. Being profitable selling stocks is like being profitable selling any other kind of goods. You just have to get good at it to make a profit. No need for confirmation or statistics, so get good. Taking away all the math, buying and selling. It's as simple as that. But it takes real work, just like acquiring any new skill that gives you an edge over all the people who are also trying it. Vlad_is_love says, yes there is. I am net plus and I know a ton of successful traders. My mentor pulled out over 20 million in trading. My other mentor probably has over 50 million. Another mentor of mine has 200,000 FTMO account and pull profits regularly, about 10 to 20 R per month. I do agree though that it absolutely feels like a myth. I thought so too until I got to know profitable traders that also prove it with bank statements and live trading. It is very hard to enter the scene in a sense because most quote in quotations traders are indeed scammers. My last push: find a profitable mentor that can prove that he is living off trading alone. Learn his strategy. Stop learning how to trade on your own. I agree. As a last push, finding a mentor. is a shortcut way of getting to where you want to be, because they are able, hopefully, if they agree to take you under as a student, as a wing, so that they can teach you some game of trading, to just guide you so that you can take the necessary blows when you need to, but also show you that this path is a righteous one and that you can make money in this market. I am another you has a nice diagram here. 5 years of red pain followed by for 50 years of freedom. Well said. So Drover, you have all the answers here. What a great community to help you in terms of proving to you that it's not a myth and that you can become profitable, but it takes the right strategy and the right mindset to accomplish it. So let me know in the comments down below. Are you a profitable trader? Are you not profitable yet? Just as yet. Let me know how you guys are overcoming your challenges. What are your biggest challenges so far to becoming profitable? What got you over the hump? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video.